Hello, welcome to this week's Yoga and Pilates Fusion class. So we'll start with our sitting position today for our warm-up. So sitting with your legs crossed or wherever you feel comfortable. So you may want to rock a little bit from side to side just to help get a little bit more comfortable. Maybe just circle around, loosening up the hips, the lower back, the knees, the ankles. Whatever you need to do. Maybe pulling the flesh from underneath you. And make sure you're on the sitting bones, sitting comfortably, hands relaxed onto the knees, and just lengthen your spine. You can close your eyes here for a moment, just focus on your posture. So feel that you're drawing up from the crown of your head, lengthening the spine, relaxing the shoulders down, lifting the chest, and feeling a little bit of squeeze around the center of your body as the core muscles engage to keep you upright. Just take some slow, deep breaths. Stretch your fingertips out to the side so you can walk away as far as they'll go. So the shoulders are nice and low, keeping the chest up. We're going to take another deep breath and reach the arms up. Look up to the thumbs and exhale, look down, fingers down. And again, keeping the spine long. Nice deep breaths. Another in-breath, reaching up. And as you exhale this time, you're going to reach forwards and just stretch the hands away, releasing your spine downwards. Relaxing your head down, breathing here, getting a nice stretch along the spine. Maybe moving a little bit from side to side, whatever feels comfortable for you. And then walk the hands back in again. And take the hands just behind you slightly. Lean into the hands, take your weight back, and then lift the chest and look up. So an opposite position, arching the spine now, stretching the front of the body. Take a deep breath in and lift even higher. And exhale, come back to the centre. Just try crossing the legs the other way. It's always a little bit less comfortable on your second chosen side. So again, maybe take your time to loosen up, feel as comfortable here as you can. So any little circular movements, swaying movements, might just help get you a bit more comfortable. And if you prefer, you can sit on a low block or cushion just to help lift the pelvis a little higher, and it might help release the knees down. So again, fingers to the side, inhale, reach up. Exhale, dive forwards and walk the hands a little further away if they will go. Maybe add a little sway if it helps to stretch things out a bit more. Relaxing your head down, stretching all the way along the spine. Slowly start to walk the hands in again and take them behind you as before. So leaning into the hands, lift the chest, and you can either stay in this position or lift the hips off the floor, maybe bring the knees to touch the floor, and get a stronger stretch through the front of the body, a little bit more work in the back. Another deep breath in as you lift even higher, and exhale, release down. And you might want to just stretch your legs forward now, or again, sit wherever you're comfortable. Maybe just give the legs a little shake out here. Shake out the ankles, and then we can circle the ankles in one direction, and then the other. Point and flex through the feet. And then just bring the feet in together and try and find an upright position. So if you prefer a bend in the knees, that's fine. Again, arms to the side. We're going to lift one arm up and then lean across. And flowing over to the other side. Inhale as you reach up. Exhale, leaning across. Keep that going. Inhaling up. Exhale, release over. That's flowing movements. Deep breaths as you go, maybe dropping a little lower to each side as you do it. So the muscles will just start to release a little bit more each time you stretch that out. One more time each way. And come back to the centre. And just bend one knee, you're going to hug that knee in. Take a twist, look over your shoulder, sitting up tall. Take a deep breath or two here. And release, and same on the other side, bend the knee, tuck it in towards you, gently twist and look over your shoulder. Try to keep the chest lifted, the core strong, and the shoulders down. And back to the centre, straighten both legs away. Inhale, reach up, and exhale, reach towards your feet. Again, maybe a little bit of movement might help here. Maybe inhaling as you lift, exhaling as you lower. Nice deep stretch to the back of the legs and the lower back. When you're ready, we'll stretch all the way up again. Circle the arms all the way down behind you. We'll just turn sideways for this. We're going to lean into the hands again. Point the toes back. Lift the chest, and if you feel comfortable, try lifting your hips off the floor. Work on bringing your toes as low as possible towards the mat. One more deep breath here. And then slowly lower all the way down. Well done. Swing your legs behind you. We'll come to all fours now. So take the hands out wide and make sure your hands, your knees, your feet are all in alignment. We'll take some cat and cow stretches. So inhale as you look up, lifting the tailbone, and exhale as you tuck under, looking towards your navel. Just flowing through with the breath. Inhaling to arch, exhale to round. So try to keep that awareness of your core in each direction here. So as we're arching the back, we're not letting the belly drop down effortlessly. We're still keeping that squeeze, keeping that control all the way through the movement. And then feel free to add in any other movements that feel comfortable for you. So maybe a bit of a diagonal stretch, or dropping down a little deeper, traveling forwards and back, whatever works for you. So just have a little play around with those movements. Nice way to stretch out any tight areas. Sometimes you don't know where you're feeling those tight areas until you explore them. We'll just tuck the toes under now, sit back onto your heels, a little stretch in the feet, either stay here or walk the hands in, so we've got a bit more body weight through the feet. Nice strong stretch with the soles of the feet and the toes. While we're here, we can take one arm across the body, hug it in, getting a stretch across the shoulder. You can release the toes anytime you need to, just switch to the other arm, or stay there if it's not too uncomfortable for you. Should do. So release the toes back again. You might want to give them a little shake out after that as well. And then we'll take the knees slightly wider, sit back onto your heels, reach the hands forward, rest your head down. So we're in extended child's pose, reaching the arms away, keeping the elbows lifted so the arms stay active. Dropping the chest down, releasing through the hips and the lower back. And then we'll lift your head, look towards your hands, walk them across to one side, release your head back down, maybe getting a stronger stretch down that one side of the body now. In fact, dropping the shoulder down low, releasing into it, and then across to the other side. Diagonal stretch, release down, drop that shoulder down, and relax. To the centre, and now lean forwards into the hands, adjust the legs and tuck the toes under, and we'll lift up to downward dog. So for our first downward dog, you might feel quite a strong stretch in the calves and the hamstrings, so we'll walk on the spot, just easing through those muscles, giving them a nice deep stretch. Maybe roll over the top of the toes on the other foot as you go, especially after that toe stretch that we did earlier. It's quite nice to release them in the opposite direction. And then maybe just bend both knees and work on what's happening in your upper body a little bit more. So try to feel your chest drawing in the direction of your feet, so the arms are really stretching overhead. Allow your head to hang loosely, maybe nod and shake the head, make sure there's no tension held in your neck. Really stretching those arms, stretching through the shoulders and back. Let's try pushing up onto the toes now, straightening the legs, and then gradually easing those heels down a little lower if you can. Strong stretch through the legs, a lot of work through the upper body. If you need to drop the knees down anytime you can. And then we'll just soften the knees and elbows a little, walk the feet forwards towards your hands, keep them hip distance, and let the upper body hang loosely here. So you can shake out the shoulders, shake out the wrists, and shake your head a little bit, maybe even a sway from side to side. So any movements that you feel help you to release tension in the body. and then we'll start curling up to standing. So start pulling your tummy in as you roll through. Check that your feet are parallel. Keep a soft bend in the knees. Really squeeze into your abdomen as you curl up all the way to standing. We'll just try another roll through the spine. So starting at the top, looking up, taking a little back bend, tummy pulled in, chest up. And then exhale, lower your head down, soften the knees, scoop your tummy in, and gently curl down one vertebra at a time. And hang loosely upside down. Just let it all release. So just hanging with gravity. If you prefer, you can hold on to your legs, or you can cross your arms, keep them out of the way. So just see what feels comfortable, and then controlling that roll back up, using the core, moving smoothly and slowly, lifting up tall as you come to the center. And as you come to standing now, bring your hands behind your back. If possible, bring them into a prayer position behind your back, and if that's not possible, hold on to your forearms. And I'm just going to lift the chest from here, take a little back bend, and gently come back to the center. Release the arms, maybe move the wrists around a little bit more, and then we'll start our sun salutations. So we'll take the feet together now, finding our mountain pose. So maybe just rock forwards and back through the feet, give the toes a wiggle, and then big toes touch. The heels can be very slightly apart, and that just helps to release the back of the pelvis, so you can feel the tailbone dropping into that space. Turn the palms out as far as they'll go, so the shoulders are nice and open. Keep that position of the shoulders. Release the arms back into a nice upright, comfortable position. And we'll start with our sun salutations. So take a breath in, lift up, and exhale, fold down. You can step the right leg back, hands to the floor, and then exhale the left leg back. So hold your plank position for a few breaths if you can. If you want to take it more gently today, just take the knees to the floor instead. Keep it nice and strong. On your next out breath, we'll take the knees down. Gently dip the chin and chest to the floor, and then point the toes back. Inhale, cobra. Using the muscles in your back rather than the arms. They're just there to give you a little bit of support. And then gently push through to downward dog. Make it nice and smooth, just rolling your way into position. Walking through the feet, stretching out anywhere you need to. See what you feel you need most. There's no right or wrong. Just working with your body, what it can do today. Next in breath, we'll step the right foot forward. Looking forward, and then exhale, step the left leg in, fold over the legs. Inhale into chair, so squeeze the glutes, squeeze the inner thighs, reach up with the arms, tummy pulled in tightly, and exhale back to mountain where we started. And we'll go on the other side. Inhale, lift up, look up to the thumbs, exhale, dive down, hands to the floor. Inhale, left leg back, and exhale, right. Holding our plank. Again, option of lowering the knees if you need to. You can keep your neck in line with your spine. Keep the tummy pulled in. We'll lower gently down with the knees, and then dip the chin and chest down. Elbows tucking into your sides. Inhale, cobra. And exhale, downward dog. Again, stretch out the legs. Adjust any way you need to. One more breath here. Then we'll inhale the left foot forward. Exhale the right. Inhale chair. And exhale mountain. Well done. Next round now. Inhale, lift up. Take a little back bend this time as well, a little stronger. Exhale, fold all the way down. Maybe keeping the legs a bit straighter each time if you can. Inhale, right leg. Exhale, left. Hold your plank. And then once you're stable in plank, shift the weight forwards and back. So we're working through the feet and taking more body weight through the upper part of the body. Stay forward, dip down. So try and keep the knees up for as long as you can. Then you hover above the floor. Release if you need to. Your choice. Scoop up to either your cobra or lifting a little higher and further forwards to upward dog. Just on the hands and the tops of the feet here. And then to downward dog when you're ready. So use the strength of an out breath to get you into positions. Always gives you that little bit more fire in your belly to get there. Another deep breath here. And then we'll inhale the right foot forward. Exhale the left to join it. Inhale chair. And exhale mountain. Let's go again. Inhale lifting up and back. And exhale fold down. Inhale left leg. Exhale right. Hold that plank, keep it nice and steady. Shift the weight forwards and back. Try not to let the hips lift up and down as you do that. Hover forwards and dip down. So if you need to put the knees down straight away, that's absolutely fine. You might still be able to lift up that little bit higher to your upward dog. You want to strengthen the upper body as you go through that sequence. Downward dog on the out breath. And just relax here for a moment. We'll inhale the left leg forward, exhale the right, inhale chair, exhale mountain. And we're going to go through one more time on each side, flow with every breath this time. So inhale the lift up and back, and exhale dive down. Inhale right leg, exhale left, inhale come forward in plank, and exhale hover down. Inhale scoot up, exhale downward dog. Inhale right leg, exhale left. Inhale chair, exhale mountain. Inhale extended mountain, exhale folding down. Inhale left leg, exhale right. Inhale come forward, exhale hover down. Inhale scoot up, exhale downward dog. Inhale the left foot forward, exhale right, inhale chair, and exhale back to mountain. And just take a moment to make sure you're comfortable, maybe moving the wrists a little bit more, or any other movements that you need to do to adjust, get the body back to feeling realigned, ready for our next round. So stepping it up this time. Again, checking your posture in mountain pose. Inhale, extend up and back. Exhale, fold down. Now this time I'm going to stay in this forward bend. So you make first and hold on to the legs. Or reach lower if you can. If you're able to reach to the floor, really hold behind your ankles. And just start to bend your elbows to draw your body in a little closer. So any of these options are fine. Just work on getting a nice stretch through the back of the legs. Allowing your head to drop down. The straighter the legs are, the more effective this hamstring stretch is going to be. You probably feel it quite strong behind the knees and the back of the thighs, maybe into the lower back. Another deep breath. And then slowly bring your hands high onto the shins and extend forward. So feel the muscles in your back engage as you lift and take a breath in. And then exhale, lower back down again. Now this time, bend the knees so you can get your hands firmly to the floor. Get ready to spring or walk back to plank. So however you can get there safely, a little bit of impact, a little bit more strength required. Come forward, dip down. Inhale, scoot up. Exhale, downward dog. And again, nice deep breath. Try lifting up onto the toes as you inhale, and then lower the heels down as you exhale. Work on keeping your legs and your feet and your ankles all in alignment, so you don't have, there's no sort of rolling in and out of the feet. So really try and keep that strength, keep that alignment. Good opportunity to see what your ankles like to do here. One more time. Rolling all the way through. And then we'll stay up on the toes, bend the knees, look to the hands, lightly spring to the hands, come into chair pose, and you can always walk the feet if you prefer, and then back to mountain. Lovely, let's go again. We'll add on this time, so inhale, lift up and back, exhale, dive down, hands to the floor, inhale, look forward, and then exhale, spring to plank. Come forward, dip down. Inhale, lift. Exhale, downward dog. Just take a breath here. And then we'll lift the right leg up behind you. So nice high kick, straighten the leg, point the toes, keep the pelvis level. And then we'll bend the knee, tuck in, and step between the hands. So let's lower that back knee to the floor. Put the toes back. And try to lunge forwards a little bit here. We're going to try to lift up. Now if you need to put a cushion or something underneath that left knee, then you might want to do that. But the more you can lunge forwards, the less weight there'll be through that knee, so you'll find it gets more and more comfortable the more you practice it. I'm going to bring your hands into your waist. Keep your body as upright as you can, so the shoulders are above the hips. And we're going to reach up with your right arm, and then lean gently down to the left side. With a side bend here. So your hand pressing into your waist might give you a bit more stability. If you've got the flexibility to reach lower, you can reach your fingers to the floor. Gives you more stability, but it's a stronger stretch down that right side of the body to see what you can manage. Maybe look up towards the right hand. And then we'll slowly come back to the start position in the center. We'll try the other side. So left arm up this time. And then gently lean across. Trying to keep your balance. There's a lot of work in the legs and the core to keep you balanced. Inner thighs, outer thighs, everything's working to keep you in place. Again, maybe you can reach down with that right hand. Maybe you can look up towards the left hand. One more breath. Big stretch down that left side of the body. Well done. Come back to the center. And now we're going to take both hands behind your back, interlace the fingers, and extend them away. And maybe we can take a little more of a back bend here by looking up, lifting the chest, reaching back with those arms. One more breath. Well done, slowly come back. Now finally, hands come down, and we're going to straighten that right leg and work into the hamstrings again here. So just lower down over that right leg, and if you prefer, you can sit all the way back onto the left foot and try the stretch from that position. So wherever you feel stable, wherever you feel you can get the best stretch. One more breath. When you're done, hands either side of that foot again, and get ready to step back to downward dog. Nice deep breath in downward dog, and then we'll hover forwards to plank, and dip down. Inhale, scoop up. Exhale, downward dog. Pause here for a deep breath. A bit of time to recover before we go on to the other side. Now when you're ready, left leg comes up. Point the toes, extend that leg away. Hold it here for a moment, keeping the pelvis level. And then we'll bend the knee, tuck in, and step between the hands. So again, lowering that right knee down, getting as comfortable as you can. Maybe use a cushion or a blanket or something, or a towel. When you're ready, lift up to an upright position so the shoulders are pretty much over the hips. Always engaged, muscles in the back are working. Bring your hands into your waist. Okay, we're going to start with the left arm this side. So lift the arm up and then gently lean across to the right. So hold it there for a moment, see how you feel. Put the hand in the waist, or maybe you can reach a little bit lower. All those fingers just touch the floor. Maybe look up to the left hand. The more you can stretch into the hips, the more you'll be able to reach down to the floor and feel more stable in that position. Okay, gently come back up, hands back into the waist, and the other side now. Right arm lifts up, and then gently leaning across. Oh, that's a good stretch in the hips. Maybe reaching a little lower. Maybe looking up to that hand. Keep the shoulders over the hips as much as you can, not easy to do. Okay, gently back to the center. And then we'll take the hands together behind your back. Extend them away, so squeeze the elbows in towards each other. Lift the chest. Can you take a little bit more of a back bend here? Well done, gently release the hands to the floor. And then we'll start working on straightening that left leg. Stretching the hamstrings in the back of that left leg. Any position you like. Have a play around with it, see where you get the most effective stretch. So sometimes other weaknesses or body parts might get in the way of having a good stretch, so that's why it's important that you explore different positions, see what feels best for your body. Last breath. And then we'll take the hands either side of that left foot, prepare the right toes, and then we'll step back to downward dog. Deep breath here. Hover forwards to plank. And lower. Inhale, scoop up. Exhale, downward dog. Inhale, lift the heels. Exhale, spring to the hands. Inhale, chair. Exhale, mountain. Take a moment to recover. Have a sip of water if you need to. Have a little shake out. Doing really well. Let's try our next round. Go back to our mountain pose when you're ready. Inhale, extend up and back. Exhale, dive down. Inhale, look forward. And exhale, spring back to plank. Come forward and lower. Inhale, push up. Exhale, downward dog. Take a breath or two here. Adjust the feet if you need to. Just anywhere else. So for our next round, again, we'll kick that right leg up. Bend the knee, tuck in and step between the hands. So we're going to lift up to a high lunge, that back knee stays up this time. Reach up with your arms and see if we can bend a little deeper into that right knee, but keep the left leg as straight as possible. Again, shoulders are over the hips, nice upright position. We're going to slowly twist to your left and open the arms out to shoulder height. Try and look over your left shoulder towards the left hand if you can. Hips staying facing forward and your body stays upright. Well done. Slowly turn back to the centre. And then we'll twist to the right, which is a little bit stronger as you twist across the leg. And trying to keep those arms at shoulder level, looking towards the right hand. Slowly lift up to the centre. Bring the palms together, look up to your thumbs. See if you can add a little back bend. Still keeping your balance. Legs haven't moved. And then slowly lengthen your arms forward. Using the core, diving forwards, and then take the hands to the floor. Step back to downward dog. Well done, stretch out the legs here. And hover forwards to plank. Lower down. Inhale, scoop up. Exhale, downward dog. Take a breath here before we move on to the left side. Remember, anytime you need to, you can just drop down into child's pose. Okay, when you're ready then, we'll lift the left leg up. Bend that knee, tuck in, step between the hands. So legs stay where they are. Start to lift your body up. And then reach up with the arms, palms facing in towards each other. Bend that left knee a little deeper if you can, keeping the body upright. So the legs stay still. We're slowly twisting to your right. So it's an open twist first of all, a little bit more comfortable. As you look back over the right shoulder towards the right hand. Keep breathing deeply. Slowly lift up to the centre again. Only moving from the waist up. Turn the other way now. Looking back over your left shoulder. Keeping the body upright so we're not leaning forwards. Well done. Slowly come back to the centre. Legs stay still. Bring the palms together now and look up to your thumbs. Can we take a little back bend? Really lift the chest, lengthen your spine. And then slowly lengthen the arms forward. Diving forwards, and then take the hands to the floor and step back to downward dog. Nice deep breath here. Hover forwards to plank and lower. Inhale, scoop up. Exhale, downward dog. And we'll lift the heels, bend the knees, look to the hands, lightly spring forward. Come into chair pose. And mountain. And give yourselves a moment to recover. Again, and shake out any way you need to. Okay, well done. Back into position, mountain pose. Get ready for our next round. Check your posture. Inhale, lift. And exhale, fold. Hands to the floor. Inhale, look forward. Exhale, spring to plank. Come forward and lower. Inhale, lift. Exhale, downward dog. Take a breath or two here. And then we'll lift the right leg up. Bend that knee, tuck in, and step between the hands. Lift up again to that high lunge position. And we're going to come to a standing balance. So on a strong exhalation, we're going to lift that left knee right up in front, coming to standing. So start with a deep breath in, and exhale. Power that knee up in front of you. Well done. Okay, we're going to come into eagle pose. So start by bending that standing leg a little, and then cross the left leg over the top, and then tuck the toes behind your calf if they will go. If they won't quite tuck under, you can tap them to the floor to give you a little bit of extra stability. You're going to take your arms out to the side, and cross the left arm underneath the right one. Cross at the elbows. Aim to bring your palms together, and again, if they don't quite reach, back of the hands is fine. Can the elbows lift a little higher? And can your hands come further away from your face? All of that's going to extend that stretch more across the shoulder blades. Maybe we can bend down even deeper, working the legs stronger. Maybe we can fold over the knees with the elbows. Look towards your hands. Keep your balance if possible. And then slowly start to unravel the way you got there. So if you can, lift that knee up, standing tall. And then we'll step the leg back and back again to your downward dog. Well done. Have a stretch out here, and then hover forwards to plank and lower. Inhale, scoop up. Exhale, downward dog. Take a breath. Move on to the left side. So lift the left leg up high, bend the knee, tuck in, and step between the hands. So we're lifting up, reach up with the arms into our lunge position. We're going to lift that right knee up in front, so start with a deep breath in, and then exhale as you power that knee up in front of you. Now just face the front again. So bend that standing leg, cross the right leg over the top, and then work on tucking your toes behind as much as you can. So it's quite a strong squeeze on the inner thighs. Take the arms out, keep the core strong. Whoa, a little bit wobbly this side. We're going to cross the arms right under left, cross at the elbows, palms together, as close to as they can. Lift the elbows a little higher, stretch your way, squat down a little deeper. See how you feel there. Maybe folding over, looking towards the hands. You might not want to go this low, just see how it feels for you. Well done, you're ready to come out of it. Take your time as you unravel. And try to lift that knee back up again. Final step. Well done, step it back and back again to our downward dog. Take a breath here and hover forwards to plank. Lower down. Inhale, scoop up. Exhale, downward dog. Inhale, lift the heels. Exhale, spring to the hands. Inhale, chair. Exhale, mountain. Well done. Maybe shake out the legs after that one. Anything you need to do. We've got one more round we're going to try to get through. So if you need to stop at any time, just take a little break. Join me when you're ready. So, into mountain pose. Inhale, extend up and back. Exhale, fold down. Inhale, extend forward. Exhale, spring to plank. Come forward on the toes and lower. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, downward dog. Okay, so stretching out here. I'm going to lift the right leg up and bend that knee. Tuck in and step between the hands. Now, we're going to come into a half moon balance. So just come onto the fingertips and then take the hands a little further forward. So you've made a triangle between the foot and the two hands. We're going to hop up, taking that left leg away from the floor. You may need to keep a little bend in that right leg, or you may find you can straighten it. Just work on opening the hips to the side and then closing them back down again. And try a couple of times, rotating the leg out from the hip. Okay, you're going to stay in that outward rotation here. Flex your left foot, push it away. See if you can lift up with your left arm. Maybe you can turn to look up towards that hand. And a final change if you want to, you can bend that left leg. Carefully does it, we may be able to find the foot. There is it, there it is. And hold it there. One more breath. Slowly release back down, well done. It's a tricky move. Step back to downward dog. Hover forwards to plank. And lower down. Inhale, scoop up. Exhale, downward dog. Take a breath here, or rest in child's pose if you need to. I'm just going to try that on the other side. So we'll lift the left leg up, bend the knee, tuck in and step between the hands. So lift onto the fingertips, bring the hands a little further forwards, make that triangle so you've got a little bit of extra support there. We'll hop the right leg up and away from the floor. Maybe bend and straighten that left knee a few times. Open and close that right hip. See how it feels. And stay with the hips open now. Flex that foot, push it away, gives you a little bit more stability. And the higher you can come onto the fingertips, the more stable that will feel too. We're going to try and lift your right arm up. And maybe turn to look up towards it. If at all possible, you may want to stay here, or you may like to try to bend that knee and possibly find the foot, if you can. Hold it there, breath or two, whatever you can manage. And then slowly release back down. Step those legs back to your downward dog. One more deep breath here. Hover forward to plank. We're going to take the knees down now and lower gently down onto your front. Just bend both knees. Reach back for your ankles. Flex the feet. We're going to lift up for our bow position. So lots of work in the back. Kick those heels up. Slowly release down. We'll just try that one more time. Stretching up, lifting away from the floor. Slowly release down. Well done. Rest your hands, your head on your hands. Stretch your feet away. And just wiggle your hips from side to side. It should help to release the lower back. Good work. Now just push up to all fours. We're going to sit back in full child's pose now. So sitting on the heels, maybe take the knees out a little. I'm going to try to bring the hands down by your feet so the shoulders get a chance to relax here as well. Just find the position that's most comfortable and relaxing for you. Take a few deep breaths here. And then we'll start to roll up. Well done. So sitting down now, let's bring the soles of the feet together. Maybe just holding onto the feet or maybe using your elbows to help lower the knees. So whatever's comfortable for you. Just easing forwards from the lower back. You may like to keep the chest and head up, or you can release your head down. You might want to try it both ways and see what feels like the most comfortable and effective stretch for you. So we're mostly feeling it through the inner thighs, whichever option you're taking. to here, relaxing into it best you can. And then we'll gently lift up, bring the knees into the centre, give them a little squeeze, and then we'll lie down on your back. A little bit of abdominals to go. And we're going to combine it with our eagle position that we did balancing. So it's going to be a little easier on the floor in terms of balance, but a lot of work on the abdominals. And we may hopefully get a bit of a stretch across the outer hip and glute area as well whilst we're here. So start with the arms down by your sides. You can tilt the pelvis each way, try and get the natural curves of the spine and hold it steady there. We'll lift one foot up, knee above the hip, and then we'll lift the other one up, and we'll feel as both legs come up. That's when the core really has to switch on. Now we're going to try crossing your right leg over the left. And again, maybe try and cross at the ankles if you can manage it. Here it might be a little bit easier on the floor than it is trying to stand up on one leg. So reach the arms up in front of you, and then we'll take the right arm underneath the left one. So always aiming to have the same arm and leg closest to each other, if that makes sense. Again, maybe palms together. So just holding it here, the core's having to work all the time to prevent your back from arching. We're going to make it a little bit stronger in the abdominals now by lifting your head and shoulders and squeezing your knees and elbows towards each other, and then lower down. Maybe you can take the legs even lower and the hands maybe even further overhead. Exhale, squeeze in. Inhale, lower. We're aiming for 5 or 6 on each side. So anytime you need to stop, that's fine. If you want to do more, carry on until you're feeling that fatigue. And I'll try 1 or 2 more. So that breath really helps you here. So think about exhaling as you squeeze in. It's going to help you to engage those core muscles. Well done. When you're finished, slowly unravel the arms and legs. We'll have a big stretch out just to let the abdominals release, and we'll switch to the other side in a moment. Well done. Arms down by your sides. Bend the knees. And again, check your setup. Just tilt the pelvis each way. We're just trying to find the natural curves of the spine, so we're not overarching, we're not pressing back. Just keeping it comfortable in the pelvis. One leg comes up, and then the other one, core is engaged. So we'll cross the left leg over the right, and again try to wrap the legs around each other as much as you can, and lift the arms. Left arm goes under the right, wrap at the elbows, bring the palms as close together as they can go. Keep the core nicely engaged, and take a breath in, and as you exhale, lift your head, squeeze the elbows and knees towards each other. Inhale, gently extend them as far away as they can go, without arching your lower back. Exhale, squeeze. Inhale, release, slowly down. Keep that control the whole way through. And sometimes the slower we move, the harder it is, because you really need that muscle control. We're not using momentum at all. It's all about control. 1 or 2 more if you can. And as the arms and legs are crossing over, we've got a stretch across the hips and the shoulders. Last one. Control, slowly down. And again, we'll have a big stretch out. Extend the arms overhead, take your toes away. Big stretch through the whole body. Allow the abdominals to release here. And then arms down by your sides. Well done. So there's a lot of front movement there, so we're going to balance that out with some back work. So let's bend the knees. Bring your heels close to your bottom, keep the feet hip distance. We're going to slowly curl up into bridge, so just lift the tailbone and take your time to peel your spine up away from the floor, lifting the hips up and getting comfortable through the shoulders and shoulder blade position. Take some deep breaths here. And you're ready to release. Just gently roll from top to bottom of the spine. So we're trying to get as much mobility between the vertebrae as possible here. So just try and roll really smoothly. Just trying to visualize one vertebra at a time, releasing down. Even if you feel that parts of the spine are moving together, just thinking about it can help create that mobility just by being aware of it and getting that neuromuscular roots working. We're going to try that again. Also, once you're in your bridge position, Be careful not to turn your head, so you can have a look first if you want to and then join in. So same thing, lifting the tailbone, slowly peeling your spine up into your bridge position, where you can either stay here as we just did, or if you want to make it a little bit harder, lift one heel off the floor. If you feel stable, lift the whole foot off the floor, tuck the knee in, try not to let the hips drop at all, there's twice as much work on the other leg. We're going to stretch the leg up high. Maybe you could draw a circle in one direction. Doesn't have to be a very big one. Change direction. Try and keep everything else as still as possible. And then we'll lower the leg back down and lower your spine back down just as we did before. Take your time, have a little rest once you're there. You may want to just roll the knees from side to side, move the head from side to side once you're released back down. And then we'll try one more. So if you wanted to just keep both feet on the floor, that's fine. We're just doing 3 bridges. Oh, 3 bridges, I was there on the train yesterday. And we'll just try again. So slowly lifting the tailbone up, lifting those hips higher and higher, rolling through the spine. So either staying here or lift the other heel. Maybe we can lift the foot right off the floor, extend the leg up. So twice as much work on that foot that's on the floor. Whole leg, glute, back, everything's working. Can we create a circle with that leg? Trying to keep everything else as stable as possible. Maybe change direction if you're still with me. Well done. Lower the foot back down. Have the hips dropped, or they still in place. And then we'll gently curl back down along the spine, vertebra by vertebra. Once the tailbone is down, you can release. Okay, just roll the knees and pull from side to side. Turn your head from side to side. And then we'll stretch out fully through your whole body. Well done. Now we're just going to bend your right knee and squeeze that leg in towards your body. Take hold of the knee with the left hand and then draw it down to the floor, so you're actually lying on your side. And we'll keep that knee down with the left hand. Now with your right hand, we're going to draw a big circle on the floor. So inhale as you lift the arm up, and then exhale as you lower it down. Turn your head to look in the direction of the arm. So as it goes behind you, it's going to be really hard to keep that arm low. And that's what we're working on improving here. So inhale the arm up, and exhale it down. So we're getting a big stretch across the chest and the front of the shoulder, and some rotation in the spine. One more in this direction. And then we'll change direction. So inhale the arm up behind you now. Exhale it down in front. Let's try 2 more here. Last circle on this side. Well done. Release onto your back. And I'll do the same on the other side. So tuck the left knee in this time. Squeeze it in towards your body, releasing through the lower back and the hips. And then just the right hand on the knee, guide it down to the right side of your body. So your pelvis is faced the side. Left arm on the floor in front of your shoulder. Inhale as you extend it up. Look towards that hand all the way around. Exhale as it comes down behind your back. I feel I've got a lot more movement on this side than the other. You might find the same, maybe one side is a little bit more comfortable than the other. So we're inhaling the arm up, exhaling it down. It shows us where we need to use that little bit of extra work and extra focus. So once you've done 3 in one direction, we'll just change the direction. Then inhale the arm up, exhale the arm down. Let your head just roll effortlessly from side to side, so that rotation goes all the way through the neck as well as the spine. Really big stretch across the chest and the shoulders. Last circle now. Well done. Just roll onto your back. And it's time to relax. So have a little wriggle about anywhere you need to. Maybe shake out the feet. Wiggle the knees, the hips, the shoulders, hands, and the head from side to side. Maybe just tuck the tailbone under. So if you prefer to have a little bend in your knees or something under the knees to help lengthen the lower back, that might be be quite comfortable for you. Otherwise, just extending the legs away. So once you've done all the fidgeting you need to do, just close your eyes and let your body move. So because we can finally let everything relax, that will include the abdominal muscles and the core. So just notice how your abdomen rises and falls with each breath. No effort there at all. If your arms and legs are just gently falling away from the centre of your body, you might like to just visualise with each out-breath and just stretching further and further away as your body releases down, becomes softer, and just releases any tension in your body at all. Quite often we get into habits of holding tension we're not even aware of. And often that could be in the facial features, so maybe just think about your jaw, your tongue, your mouth, your cheekbones, eyes, and forehead. And just let everything release. So as you become more relaxed, your breathing is settling down to quite a shallow breath. So you gradually become more alert and active again. You just take some deeper breaths. Really purposeful breaths now. Start to bring some movement back into your fingers and toes. You can turn your head from side to side, gradually starting to open your eyes and focus around you again. And now have a big stretch out through your whole body, feet together, point the toes, reach the arms overhead, and then bend the knees. Give them a squeeze. A little roll from side to side, should feel quite nice on the back to lying down. You can either roll to one side and sit up, or you can hold behind the thighs, lift the head and shoulders, and try rolling along the spine. A couple of rolls and then we'll push up to sitting, so whatever's comfortable for you, and then finding a comfortable seated position. Ending where we started, 3 deep breaths, inhaling up, looking up, exhale, releasing down, and again. Hopefully feeling a little energized, ready to face the day. Last deep breath in, and exhale out. Great, thank you very much for joining in, and I shall see you next week. Thank you, bye.